let's go check out the greenhouse and see what our seeds are doing. Oh, I think our rosemary officially died. Whoopsie poopsie. All right, come on, Bear. Oh, that was his tail on something. So it is about 45 or so degrees outside. It is just under 60 degrees in the greenhouse. So I have not started anything new because I've been at work. But it looks like nothing's sprouting in there, which is kind of normal for strawberries and onions. It takes a little while. But we have baby kohlrabi. And doesn't look like anything else is in this tray. But we have a baby cauliflower. This is the cheddar cauliflower that's coming up. So that little baby's going to be a cheddar cauliflower. This is twister. And then this is self-blanching. So I've got a couple in here, which is pretty cool. And then I'm starting to get some 4 o'clock flowers, which are great for Japanese beetles. In our little slice of heaven, we get, like, the Japanese beetles come through and, like, decimate our crops. We have tried everything under the sun that we can think of, and nothing has worked. And when I reached out on one of the gardening groups that I'm a part of, they said 4 o'clock flowers. The 4 o'clock flowers are the Japanese beetle favorite flower, but they're poisonous to the Japanese beetle. And I'm like, done. Freaking done. So I have 8 pots, and I took all of my seeds and put them in there. And those are starting to come up. So I'll up pot them here shortly. I've got broccoli starting to come up, and baby cabbages starting to come up. Looks like the Napa is the only one that's coming up right now. Jared absolutely loves kimchi. That's cool. I will make kimchi. I just have to get the stuff going. So the trying to get my sunglasses back on. The greenhouse is doing its job, and I'm very happy with my greenhouse. And then Bear accidentally got left outside after the boys took everybody back in the house. So he's hanging out with me. But that's the greenhouse. The greenhouse is doing amazing. It's doing its job. Yesterday or the day before that, I don't remember, Jared went and laid the string for the fence for the big garden. So hopefully here soon he'll start working on that. But I went through and started putting down stakes for where the beds will end up going. That I'm really glad that I did, because it showed us how many beds we can actually build in this space. And I've had a lot of people and Jared ask me, why are we building raised beds? And the biggest reason is our ground, we have Georgia red clay, right? And so that means that it is super, it holds water maybe a little too well, but once it's soaked, all that water just runs off. And then it's so compacted that you can't get anything through it except a tiller. And that's not what we want to do. And we've tried for the last 3 years to put organic matter back into the soil to be able to get it going. And that's not working either. And so we decided that we could fight a battle for the next however many years until we could get the soil where we wanted it, or we could just put in raised beds. And since I prefer raised beds, we're going with raised beds. Is it better to do in-ground gardening? I'm the type of person that start where you're at, do what you can, and do what works for you. And if the only way that you're going to get into the garden is because it's pretty and it's got, clean lines and it's, containerized and all that, go for it. I don't care. I'm not going to be the one that sits there and tells you you have to garden a certain way. If you're in the garden, if you've got a garden, that's all I care about. That being said, I do feel like it's better to work the soil in the ground until the ground is healthy, until the soil in the ground is healthy. I completely agree. But sometimes you don't have that option. I have to feed my family. So if spending the money on raised beds is where it goes, all right, cool. The other thing is I really like raised beds. I prefer raised beds. I prefer a raised bed garden. That's where my heart is. And so that's what I'm going to do. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's that simple. But I'm actually going to shoot a video on what we're doing with the soil here in a minute. So stand by.